Hi friends, welcome back to SQL with Ravimartha. In today's session, we'll see a couple of tips and tricks in SSMS, that is SQL Server Management Studio. So let's get started. The first question is how to move or shuffle the result set columns post querying in SSMS. The next one is the keyboard shortcut for writing or editing the rows vertically when you are working with multiple rows. So in the previous session, we have seen how to edit them vertically using the mouse. Now we'll see what is the keyboard shortcut for that. So let's see how to shuffle or move the columns in SSMS result set after querying the data, right? So for this, I'm taking a table called TBL employee. So let me create this table. So the table got created. I'm inserting a couple of rows into this table. It got inserted. So let me query this table. Yeah, there are 8 rows now. So the first step is how to move these columns post querying. So if I want to move the salary column right after the employee name, go to the salary column, the title of the column, left click the mouse and drag it. So as soon as you reach the employee location, just release the mouse. So it got shifted to the employee name. So if you want to move the employee name after the date of birth of the employee, go to the column name title, left click the mouse and drag it. As soon as you reach date of birth column, just release it. So it will be placed right after that. Suppose if you want to move the salary column in between the date of birth and employee name, just left click the mouse, drag it. As soon as you reach the date of birth column, release the mouse. So it will be in between the date of birth and employee name. So this is how we can easily move the columns after querying. So you can even shift the department ID to the last, employee ID to the last. So for that, just release it here, so it will go to the last one. You can also shift the columns like here and move the employee name right after the employee ID. Let's move the salary to the last column. So hold it, and once you reach the department ID, release it. So it will move to the last column. And there is one more option, like if you are having columns, which is extending till the, with a scroll bar, right? So in that case, you just need to hold this column title, left click the mouse and drag it till here. So you cannot push more than this particular column. So just drag the principal ID till here, and then you can move it like this. So if you want to move till the end, you should scroll it a little bit and keep moving that, shifting that column. So this is how we can easily move the columns after querying the table. Moving on to the second one, keyboard shortcut for editing multiple rows. I'm creating multiple rows here. So if you want to replace the star with employee ID and employee name, just place the cursor on the first star, press the Alt button and drag the mouse. If you drag it down, it will select the down range, and if you select towards right, it will be selected right. If you move it to left, it will be moved to left. So this is how the selection happens. So place the cursor, hold the Alt button and drag it down and type employee ID, star. So if I want to replace the star with employee name, just place the cursor there and then press Alt button and Shift button and up arrow or down arrow, so that it will select the down range, and push the right arrow and then start typing employee name. And if you want to remove this particular highlighted text, just click on somewhere on the pane. So that's it. You can select the query. So this is more helpful when you are working with the some test data. Suppose if you have date column and if you want to prefix with quotes and suffix with quotes, right? So if I want to do that, place the cursor there press Alt button, then Shift button, and then click the down arrow, and then start typing, comma and single quote. And if I want to select the single quote, again place the cursor there, press the Alt button, press the Shift button, and push the down arrow. So it starts selecting, and then press the single quote. So if you want to select any particular employee, let me remove this. Yeah, so the data got selected. So this is how we can edit multiple rows vertically. So let's see what we have learned in this session. The first one, how to shuffle or move the result set columns post querying in SSMS. Just execute the query first, then left click and drag the title of the column in the result set and drag it to the position where you want to move it to. The second one, the keyboard shortcut for writing or editing vertically for multiple rows is that if you are using mouse, press Alt, then left click the mouse and drag it. If you are using the keyboard shortcut, press Alt, Shift and then arrows. Use up arrow to select the upward range, press the downward key for downward range. And if you are using right key, it will select the right range. And if you are using left key, it will select the left range. And it is more useful when you are when you are appending the columns with commas or the single quotes, etc. So that's all for today. Thank you for listening. Have a great day.